guys, what's up? It is Drew here from Lone Fox, and I am so beyond excited for today's video because it is a collaboration with one of my favorite content creators, you guys. I've been following Brian over at ãƒžãƒ. I absolutely love his channel, his aesthetic, just like everything he does, the amount of work, the effort, and just the creativity and inspiration I get from his videos are absolutely amazing. And I actually mentioned him in one of my past videos, letting you guys know, oh, it was a tapestry video where I was weaving the tapestry, and I learned a lot from his video on weaving tapestries. I mentioned him in it, and he actually DM'd me, and we kind of talked and chatted for a while, and then we also decided to FaceTime and come up with a collaboration idea for you guys. We literally sat on FaceTime for like 3 hours one day and ended up coming up with such a fun concept. So over on Brian's channel, he actually did part 1 of this video, and then over on my channel right here, we are kind of doing like part 2 or the second phase, where I'm actually turning what he created into DIY like room decor slash furniture pieces for your apartment or your room. And I'm gonna pop up a couple of images of like rattan style furniture. A lot of companies such as Urban Outfitters, Anthropologie, Serena and Lily, World Market sell this type of furniture, and it's typically a bit more on the expensive side because it is all handmade in terms of the actual woven cane portion. And you might be asking yourself, what exactly did he make over on his channel? Well, I got a package from him in the mail, and this is what he made over on his channel. Now guys, inside of this package, which I'm going to be opening in just a second here, I wanted to open it on camera. He literally says, to Drew Scott Lone Fox from Brian ãƒžãƒ. There's a Y in there. He didn't put a Y in his own name, so Brian, I'm a little concerned about that. I feel like a lot of you guys are probably also having like a WTF moment, like what are you talking about, Drew? And it will all make sense in just a second, so I think it's just time. Let's go open this package and see what is inside. Wow, Brian, you really went off on all of this. You gave me so much. I'm so excited to turn this into something. Right when we decided that we were going to be doing this idea for a video, I knew I wanted to create a nightstand. So I went to IKEA and got this nice bamboo nightstand base, and I'm actually pulling out the drawer front from the package, and I'm using a ruler to measure in 1 1/4 inch on the left and the right side and drawing a line. This is going to be our cut line for the left and the right side, and then for the top and the bottom of this drawer front, I'm just going in 1/2 inch, and I'm just freehanding around this little knob section or like pull section, and then I'm also going in on the corners. Wherever there's a corner on the inside of our cut lines, I'm actually creating a little hole, which is going to be a drill hole, because we are now going to be drilling through. And the reason that we're doing this is it's going to be creating a starting and a stopping point for our sawing, which you're going to see in just a second here. So now we get to the fun part, and actually my really good friend Rachel let me use her power tools for this video. This is a scroll saw, and it's literally just like a sewing machine, but instead you are cutting wood instead of sewing fabric. A little bit more intimidating, but I swear to you guys, it was so simple and easy. And again, those holes that we created with the drill are kind of just starting and stopping points. So once you reach your next hole from cutting, you can kind of like take a break. And then once you are completely done, you have this nice little frame here, which you can go in and touch up with sandpaper to just smooth down the edges. So now comes the fun decorative part. So I'm actually going to be stapling this down to the back side of the drawer front, and I'm putting the correct side through the hole, so you're actually seeing the correct side through it. And I'm just using a generous amount of staples all the way around the outside of this. And then what I'm going to be doing is using some gardening shears or just like more heavy duty scissors just to cut around the entire outside of the frame, and then also to cut through this little notch section, which is going to be a great drawer pull. But come on guys, I could not just stop there. I actually took the bottom shelf and cut all of the crossbars in the bottom shelf out with the scroll saw, and then I stapled a large section of that woven cane that he did to the underside of the shelf. That way when I installed it, it still acted as a shelf, and this is pretty heavy duty like woven cane. Like, it is a great quality. He made it really nice. So I was actually able to use this as a functioning shelf, and then I went in with a little bit of glue and just secured those edges, built it as the IKEA instructions showed, and that basically finishes off your really pretty and kind of updated IKEA wooden nightstand. two, I wanted to do something that was still super, super cute, but also very simple. So Rachel had these wooden coasters in her stash. I believe they're just from like Michael's or Joann's from the raw wood section. And I actually cut a spare piece of that cane material into 3 sections that would easily cover those coasters. And I used a bit of my Quick Hold E6000 adhesive, and I placed this on the back side of the weave in the more chunkier sections. Like I'm pasting this down in the sections of the weave that have a lot more surface space. And I'm just placing them on top of the coasters and using a heavy object to just hold this down as they dry for about an hour or so. So once those are completely dry, I actually pulled up the edges on all of them and just made sure that they were completely secured. But don't worry, this is just like a preliminary stage to our actual coaster creation, if you will. So I'm then going and cutting around the edge of the coaster and sanding it down just to make sure that it fit really nicely on top of the coaster. But this is not really super usable at this time because we don't want a lot of water soaking in. So I'm using a hard coat Mod Podge, and I'm doing 2 coats of this to the entire coaster with the hard coat Mod Podge. Let this dry. I wish I filmed this section a little bit better, guys, but it dries completely clear and it just looks amazing, and it gives a nice hard, solid, durable coat. Alright guys, I'm not gonna lie, this last project was one where halfway through I was like, I am throwing this in the garbage. I was not happy with it, but in the end it turned out to be my absolute favorite project. So I took one of the large sheets that he sent me and I curved it around a scrap piece of wood, and I kind of just marked a couple points of that curve, then filled in the lines very freehand, because what I am doing is I'm gonna be creating a wall sconce, and I wanted to almost have this like very mid-century, almost vintage kind of vibe to it. Like I absolutely love it. So I curved it around, kind of drew out the design I wanted, and I made sure each side was semi-symmetrical. And then what I did was I cut this shape out on the scroll saw, and I could not even tell you what kind of wood this is. It was just a scrap piece of wood in Rachel's collection. I pulled it out. It seemed to work perfect for me. And I cut this out into that kind of half circle, half oval shape. Then what I did was I measured the width of the light that we're using, which is from IKEA. It's one of the Hema light sockets, and I used a large 2-inch wide drill bit to drill out the hole in which our light is going to be going in, because this is going to be the bottom portion of the lamp. So what I'm doing next is I'm measuring the width of the actual bottom portion and then the height of the lamp, and we're going to be cutting. And I don't suggest you cut how I did. I am not a good carpenter, but you know, I am trying. So I cut that wood out to be the same exact width of that half circle that we created at first, and then also to be the height of the rattan sheet that we are using. So this is the basic shape we have. So there's a back piece and then there's a bottom piece. So I'm using my Quick Hold cement adhesive that you guys always see me use, and I'm gluing the rattan to the half circle section of this piece here. So I'm gluing the bottom side to it, making sure that it's butted up all the way to the edge, and then I'm also gluing up the left and the right sides as well. And I actually did go in and use the pin nailer just to pin down a couple of different sections. It's just gonna hold it down. You literally cannot see the pins at all. They're super, super tiny and microscopic, but it's gonna hold it down while it dries and keeps it nice and taut. And then I repeated that same exact process on the opposite side by gluing it down and using the pin nailer, and then just using a pair of shears to cut off any excess material that we are not using. And again, you can go in with sandpaper if you desire. And then last but not least, we're just hanging one of these little circle half hooks on the back side, which is going to be perfect for hanging up your brand new wall sconce. So just string through your lighting fixture and you are good to go. That, guys, was today's video. I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope that you guys liked this little collaboration between Brian and I. I thought it was such a fun project, and I'm absolutely obsessed with the outcome of all of these projects. Please make sure to head over to his channel and subscribe to him because he has incredible videos. Like, I swear to you guys, if you have never seen his channel before, and if you go over there right now, you are gonna be like in one of those like tunnels where you're stuck watching each of his videos, because that is exactly what happened to me when I found his channel. Like, the way that he films and edits and just like produces his videos is just so like interesting and so inspiring that I just really love his work. Like, definitely check him out, subscribe to him, watch his video on how he wove those sheets, like absolutely insane. And I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. And if you're coming over from his channel, I post brand new DIY and home decor content every single week over here on Lone Fox, and definitely subscribe and then click the little bell icon as well, just so you're notified when I upload new videos. You can also follow me on Instagram for more behind the scenes type of stuff, which is Lone Fox Home, and my personal is I'm Drew Scott, which I'll post those as well. But without further ado, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys would like to see another collab between Brian and I, give this one a thumbs up. Let us know in the comment section below what should we do next. Sorry for the shaking, and I will catch you guys all in my next one. I love you guys. Bye. And I will catch you guys all in the next one. I love you all so much. Bye!